Welcome to EC2 TV. Today we have a special for you on the Rock and Water program. EC2 organized a series of workshops on rock and water that were attended by people from different organizations that work with the youth. We have people from all schools, from the daycare center, the afternoon childcare, from Child Focus, from Body, Mind and Spirit and the Seba Reach Foundation. So here is Freek Ikema, who will show you all about the Rock and Water method.
Rock and Water, it's a program. It's designed for young people, also adults actually. And we try to teach them through doing physical skills. We try to teach them self-confidence, self-reflection. We try to teach them the social skills that they really need in our world. "25 years ago, I was a physical education teacher, also a remedial teacher, but I also was a counselor. And I simply saw young people with problems. I mean, not only learning problems or reading problems, but also many young people had no self-confidence. They were very insecure about themselves. And I thought, well, I try to help them. And I simply tried to figure out a few exercises that would give them a little bit more self-confidence. So then I started to work with very small lesson plans. And I called it Rock and Water. Initially it was only on my own school. It was a very big school, comprehensive school in the Netherlands, almost 4,000 students. So I started first only with one class. Then later it became a year level, then another year level. Then I always was allowed to train our colleagues, my colleagues. So 300 teachers were trained in Rock and Water. And then suddenly it really came completely out of the blue. I was invited to go to Australia to open a national boys conference with a lecture of 1 hour and a half. And because of that lecture, people were thinking, well, this sounds like a good philosophy, Rock and Water. So I was invited to come back to Australia, and they sent me around Australia, first the big cities. So I went to Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, Darwin, Brisbane, also Alice Springs. And he also sent me to Arnhem Land to work with indigenous people, the Kala community. And everywhere where I came, people loved the program. They were thinking, this is a hands-on program with a sound philosophy behind it. So in Australia, in a few years' time, it really grew very, very big. But the moment it started to grow in Australia, also in New Zealand, people were curious about the program. And then suddenly also in the Netherlands, and they said, Freek, come back from Australia, come to the Netherlands. Now also in the Netherlands it is the biggest program in which we try to teach young people the social skills that they really need nowadays in this modern world. Initially when the people came in, they were completely unaware of the program. They didn't know that it was a very physical program. And so initially they were a little bit afraid to touch each other. But the moment you introduce a very strict, safe, respectful rules, then people start to open up. And they start to have fun. And they start to trust each other, to touch each other. And then suddenly they start to play games. And that's actually the trick of Rock and Water. Through playing games, you can teach young people, but it's also adults, also the social skills that they need. And also to work as a colleague in a school. The first thing we do is we try to teach them to be centered and grounded. It means you really stand strong in a balance. But when your body is in balance, your mind is also in balance. So then you also always have a choice between rock, which can be painful, and water. And for water you can also build up friendships. So it's always give people the chance to relax, to unwind, to center, to ground. They feel free, they feel open, they feel safe. And then you can reach out to other people. One of the first funny games is called Chinese boxing. So two students are standing opposite each other with their hands like this, and they try to bounce each other out of balance. And then you have a choice between a rock action and of course also a water action. And sometimes you make points by being like a rock, but quite often you make most points by being like water. And then we have a group discussion and we say, okay, so if you're playing now Chinese boxing, it was a fun game, but now listen, when did you score the most points? Teacher, when it was like water, I made most points. Okay, now let's make a step to having a conversation with someone. So you are talking with someone. What do you think? What will work better? Be like a rock, both of you? Maybe more like water? Teacher, I understand now, I felt it. I think water will be maybe a little bit better. Okay, now think about a relationship. You have maybe a girlfriend. You have a friend, boyfriend. What works better? Be like a rock to each other? Maybe like water? Teacher, I understand, I felt it, experience. I think it must be like water. We also have an exercise. It's a verbal exercise. One student is standing on a mat. It is his mat. It is his birthday present. Another student wants to come on a mat and you have to talk about it. Initially they have to talk like water. Can I come on a mat? Yes or no? Why not? Can I maybe stand only 10 seconds on a mat with my big toe? But after that exercise we asked both players, were you grounded? Were you centered? Were you focused? Second exercise, it's more like rock. One player is standing on a mat, it's his mat, his birthday. The other player comes in and he wants to stand on that mat. He's like a rock, he's disrespectful. The moment this player on the mat understands this person is disrespectful, he doesn't listen to me and must stand strong. He will exhale, he will center himself, ground himself. He'll put his hand forward and he can say, stop! And I don't like that. And now, you go away, out. Learning to set boundaries is very important, because the moment you can't set boundaries, people can come over you, you can become depressed or maybe a victim. Imagine you're in a situation, you can't set a boundary. Maybe then this will happen, big fight. So simply by saying, stop, I don't like that, maybe it will avoid a lot of problems, a lot of violence. So in Rock and Water, we teach young people to play with very strict, respectful rules. So we also have introduced a Rock and Water salute. This salute goes like this. They put the left hand forward, this is the rock fist. Rock means I can stand up for myself. I can defend myself. But what is worth fighting for? What is not worth fighting for? So we talk about this, group discussion. Rock also says, and I know which way I have to go. I find that way in my heart. Therefore, we place the fist on our heart. Rock. Right hand. This is an open hand. Worldwide, people use this right hand to shake hands, to offer friendship. And therefore, this right hand stands for the water quality. Water stands for friendship, solidarity, communication, and peace. And water will cover the rock. And covering means our first intention is friendship, solidarity. We are like water, but if we have to, we can stand strong like a rock. Then they make a little bow and then they say respect. And they start the game. And they feel safe. So in the last 3 days, the trainers are trained now, but we only went through the fundamentals. It's the basis of the program. They can work with it for at least a year, maybe even longer. But there are more things to do. We have, for instance, a seminar for special needs children. Children, for instance, with autism or other problems. We also have seminars for the younger children, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. So there's many to do in Rock and Water.
I've enjoyed it very much. It's a very intense program, but a very knowledgeable program. It does give us a good background of what the program is, Rocks and Water, and it's kind of a combination that you can utilize it in different areas. You can utilize it with children as young as 4, but also up to adults.
I'm enjoying the program very well. It's nice, especially since it's Autism Month. I find it's nice to see how you can work along with the autism kids at school.
I am. Although it's very heavy sometimes, it takes a lot of effort. But I feel very energetic about it, and I think it will be useful in my work. Yeah.
I enjoy the program, and it was also very challenging.
It was a lovely opportunity that I was afforded on behalf of the Laura Lindsay Daycare Center, and at the end of today, day 3, I feel it was a very fulfilling experience.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's very physical, and I think that's what I like most about it. It's not just sitting and talking only. It's really getting to do the activities, and the activities really anchor the social message that's in it.
I'm learning a lot, and I enjoy the games, specifically because there's a lot of activities, and not just theory, but acting, just really doing something. It also gives me the feeling that I can bring it over, I think it's not only for myself, it's a big boost, motivation, but also thinking about the kids. I can see it, me doing it, I think that's the strength of this program.
Personally, I'm getting to learn more about myself and to build more self-confidence. And also I find that I'm learning how to ground myself, so it's nice.
Yeah, I'm not a yoga person. But the fact that you get to concentrate, you get to breathe first, you get to center and then take action is something. I've been doing it, but I've been doing it actually unconsciously, I guess with experience, but that is being emphasized and that is being carried out in steps towards that particular moment is for me something new, but I can relate to it.
Yes, there have been moments that I have done some self-reflection as well to make sure that, okay, I know where I'm standing and what my own viewpoints are and my own feelings and my own inner strength and inner being. And that's important. It's important to have that. Then once you're grounded and you're centered, then you can really help others find theirs as well, or guide them in the right path to finding theirs.
I feel more confidence, more self-awareness in not only myself, but my abilities as a teacher to stand more strong, more firm in the things that I believe, so that I can mold the little minds at the daycare.
It's more calming down before you make a decision. It's really, I'm going to do something and then I'm going to stop and actually gather myself before I either continue to do it again or stop completely.
I'll be training people. I will use it to help people be more aware of calmness or more strong feelings, and how they could take control. It's basically that you could take control of your emotions.
From here, the knowledge I have gathered, I will take it back to the Center for Youth and Family and also train the other co-workers there, so that the youth that come into our center, we can help them do more self-reflection, self-awareness, be more well-rounded. So different aspects we can utilize with the youth.
I'm very excited about it, and I'm just waiting to be able to work with other kids at school.
You are now warriors. Get it.
So now we have done a seminar, but this is only A. So now B comes. B means, and now they have to sit together they have to make plans, and now they have to go into the school, into the families, and work with the program. But I'm very confident that they will be very successful.
So Rock and Water is now being implemented in the classrooms by several teachers. And to keep it fresh and practice, we meet once a month on a Saturday morning at the museum grounds. If you want to learn more about Rock and Water, please contact us at EC2. Our email is ec2seba@gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook, and we also have a website. You can also call us at 3809 or just walk in here in our offices on St. John's. Thank you for watching EC2 TV.